If you're over 60, every pill you take, every added ingredient to your routine, matters more than you realize. What you swallow each morning may seem insignificant, but inside your body, it may be quietly pushing your heart toward dangerous limits. As a cardiologist, I've seen for years how elderly patients come to my clinic feeling perfectly fine, confident that their daily vitamins are helping them, only to leave in complete shock when their test results reveal high blood pressure, irregular heart rhythms, clogged arteries, or, worse, a heart on the verge of failure. The truth is, most older adults don't even realize that some vitamins advertised as heart-healthy actually do the opposite. It's not just diet or exercise. It's the pills we trust, the ones we take automatically, without thinking. In this video, I implore you to stop taking these 5 specific supplements. I'll explain exactly how they affect the aging heart and what should be used instead. Because yes, the heart can recover, but only if you stop the damage in time. Let's start with the most underestimated threat of a vitamin that many consider a protector, although in fact it is not. Before we continue, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, I recommend hitting the button and turning on notifications so you don't miss a single tip for your health. If you like this video, leave 1 in the comments. If not, leave 0. And let us know how we can improve the content. First, high-dose vitamin E. For decades, vitamin E has been considered a miracle antioxidant, a daily shield against aging, memory loss, and even heart disease. It is found in almost all supplements intended for the elderly, and many take 400 to 800 milligrams a day without a second thought. But here's the secret behind this habit, and what few people know. In high doses, vitamin E doesn't protect the heart, it actually puts it at risk. As a cardiologist, I've seen this time and time again. Older people who do everything right, exercise, eat a balanced diet, take vitamins, are then sent to the emergency room with a weakened heart or sudden internal bleeding. One of the culprits is high doses of vitamin E. In large quantities, this vitamin thins the blood. This may seem beneficial, but in older people, blood vessels become more fragile. And if they're already taking aspirin, statins, or blood pressure medications, the effect becomes dangerous. Excessive blood thinning increases the risk of internal bleeding, hemorrhagic stroke, and heart rhythm disturbances. And what's especially alarming is that the damage can be subtle. There are often no early symptoms. By the time a person notices something is wrong, the damage has already been done. In fact, most older adults don't need high doses of vitamin E. It's much safer and more effective to get it from food. A handful of almonds, a spoonful of sunflower seeds, or a serving of leafy greens will give your body everything it needs. And if you do take a supplement, do so only under a doctor's supervision and don't exceed the safe dose. Typically, no more than 200 megaequivalents per day. So before you swallow another healthy pill, consider whether my heart really needs it or whether I'm a victim of marketing. Another calcium supplement without vitamin K2. You've probably heard it many times. Calcium is essential for strong bones, and after age 60, they become especially fragile. So, like millions of older people, you take a daily calcium supplement, thinking it protects you from fractures and maintains your independence. But here's what no one told you. Without vitamin K2, daily calcium can quietly harden not your bones, but your arteries. I've seen patients with excellent bone density, but with clogged arteries, chest pain, and even heart attacks. Their mistake: they took calcium in isolation. You see, calcium doesn't know where it's going. Circulate in the body. Without proper management, it can settle in the artery walls instead of strengthening bones. This leads to calcification of the blood vessels. They lose elasticity. The heart has a harder time pumping blood, blood pressure rises, and the risk of heart failure and stroke increases. Vitamin K2 is key. It acts as a regulator, directing calcium to where it's really needed, away from soft tissue and straight to the bones. But most calcium supplements from the pharmacy do not contain K2. This is not just an omission, it's a dangerous deficiency that too many older people discover too late. If you truly want to protect both your heart and bones, get your calcium from whole foods, green leafy vegetables, yogurt, and sardines. And if you do take a supplement, choose one that combines calcium with K2 and magnesium. And always consult with your doctor. Health is not about the number of pills, it's about balance. And if you're surprised about calcium, wait. What excess iron does to your heart can be even more shocking, even if you've never been diagnosed with anemia. Third, Iron if you don't need it. Iron is one of those micronutrients that sounds like something essential. And indeed, it's vital, but only in the right amounts. But for many older people, taking iron without a medical indication is like pouring gas into a full tank. Sooner or later, it starts to overflow, causing harm. And in this case, harm to your heart. I've met many conscientious elderly patients who started taking iron simply because they were feeling a little tired or found it among the ingredients in a complete vitamin complex for the elderly. They thought it was harmless, just a little energy in a capsule. But the truth is, the body has no natural mechanism for getting rid of excess iron. Anything you take in excess accumulates not only in the liver, but also in the heart, joints, and brain. This condition, sometimes called iron overload, can go unnoticed for years, but it's wreaking havoc underneath the surface. Excess iron causes oxidative stress, an internal rusting process that weakens the heart muscle, disrupts its rhythm, and increases the risk of heart failure. It can manifest as fatigue, memory problems, or joint pain, symptoms many older adults attribute to age, but the cause may be hidden in a bottle of vitamins. Before you take an iron pill, ask yourself, did my doctor actually check my ferritin or iron levels in my blood? If the answer is no, stop. Never take iron on a whim. Many older adults don't need it at all. In fact, it may be the very same beneficial nutrient that slowly destroys the organ you rely on most, your heart. Yes. Iron deficiency exists, but taking iron unnecessarily is far more dangerous than most people realize, especially after age 60. Now let's talk about another underappreciated danger. A vitamin often found in brain pills and energy supplements, but in high doses it can silently damage nerves and disrupt heart rhythms. Let's talk about vitamin B6. Fourth, vitamin B6 in excess. Vitamin B6 is often touted as the mood vitamin. It's found in sleep medications, energy drinks, memory supplements, and numerous brain health complexes designed specifically for seniors. It's advertised as safe, natural, and essential. But here's what no one tells you. Excess B6 can silently damage nerves, disrupt heart rhythms, and ultimately worsen rather than improve well-being. Years of work have shown me numerous examples. Elderly patients complained of tingling in their arms and legs, unsteadiness, gait or palpitations that came and went without an apparent cause. They were told, it's just age. But in reality, the problem was hiding in plain sight. High doses of vitamin B6 in daily supplements. Unlike many vitamins, which are easily excreted in urine, vitamin B6 can accumulate in the body. When its level reaches a toxic level, it begins to destroy the protective sheath of nerves. This leads to anemia, muscle shrinkage, and weakness. But that's not all. Excess B6 also disrupts the electrical signals that ensure a normal heartbeat, which increases the risk of arrhythmia, stroke, or even sudden cardiac arrest. And the most frightening thing is, most people don't realize they're already overdosing. Many supplements contain between 200% and 500% of the daily value of B6. And if you add energy drinks, sleep aids, and fortified foods, the total amount can be shocking. So what to do? It's simple. Focus on natural sources, bananas, chickpeas, fortified cereals, and take B6 supplements only as directed by a doctor. More is not better, especially when it comes to the heart and nervous system, which become increasingly sensitive with age. And if you think vitamins are the only hidden threat in your daily diet, think again. The most dangerous supplement may be hiding under the heart health label. Fifth, heart-healthy multivitamins are overloaded with unnecessary ingredients. Walk into any pharmacy or supermarket, and you'll see shelves lined with brightly colored boxes. Heart support for 50+, energy for seniors. They promise protection, vitality, mental clarity, and peace of mind in just a handful of capsules. But behind these promises lies an inconvenient truth. Many of these multivitamins contain a ton of unnecessary and sometimes dangerous substances that can do more harm than good. As a cardiologist, I see this all too often. Elderly patients come in with complaints, unexplained fatigue, blood pressure surges, dizziness, cardiac arrhythmia, liver problems. We start digging and find a common denominator: daily multivitamins with megadoses, stimulants, or herbal extracts not intended for the elderly. Some contain excessive amounts of niacin, which can overload the liver and cause sudden blood pressure fluctuations. Others include herbs with caffeine-like effects, such as green tea and ginseng. These increase heart rate and can trigger arrhythmia. Even vitamin A in large doses becomes toxic. And worst of all these risks are often hidden behind vague phrases like proprietary mixture. You don't even know what you're taking. The truth is, with age, the body becomes more sensitive. What was harmless in your 30s can be dangerous in your 70s. That's why simplicity is often the best way. Instead of taking dozens of pills whose ingredients you don't understand, focus on what you really need and discuss the rest with your doctor. Before you trust yet another trendy package, ask yourself, does this supplement help me or just the company selling it? But there's one more thing we need to talk about. Perhaps the most important truth of all, heart health depends on more than just pills. It depends on how you live, breathe, move, and how much you believe in your ability to change everything. Sixth, which vitamins are really worth using? After all these warnings, you may have a logical question. What can I use then? Which vitamins are really beneficial? This is a very important question, and I hear it from patients. Literally every day, people feel lost in front of shelves full of jars, confused by advertising, online advice, and recommendations from friends. But the truth is simple. Your heart doesn't need a whole cabinet of supplements. It just needs a few carefully selected nutrients, tailored to your age, health status, and under the supervision of a doctor, that gently and effectively support the body. So what's really worth considering? Vitamin D3 is one of the few vitamins that almost every older adult needs, especially if you live in a cold climate or spend a lot of time indoors. It helps regulate blood pressure, support the immune system, and strengthen bones and the heart. Magnesium is an underrated hero that helps the heart maintain a stable rhythm, relieves muscle tension, and promotes sound sleep. Omega-3 fatty acids, especially from fish oil or flaxseed, reduce inflammation and improve circulation in aging arteries. But you know what's even more important than the label? How these nutrients fit into your lifestyle. No supplement can replace movement, a balanced diet, deep breathing, adequate sleep, and spiritual connection with others. Vitamins should complement healthy habits, not mask unhealthy ones. Less is more. It's not just what you take, but how you live. Before adding a new supplement to your routine, have an honest conversation with your doctor or pharmacist. Bring a list of everything you're already taking. Ask questions and be curious, because the more you know, the better you can protect the heart that carries you through life. If you've ever wondered, is it too late to turn things around? I want to leave you with a truth I've confirmed time and time again in my practice. It's not too late to save your heart if you're willing to listen. If I've learned anything from my decades in cardiology, it's this: the human heart is a far more forgiving organ than we give it credit for. Even after years of stress, bad habits, or bad decisions, it still wants to heal, it still wants to beat, but only if you give it a chance. You don't have to live in fear, you don't have to throw every can out of the cupboard. You just have to slow down, start asking questions, and make conscious choices. Your heart doesn't care about what a supplement label promises. It only cares about what you actually do every day, and that means nourishing your body with real food, moving daily, sleeping deeply, managing stress, and, of course, being smart about everything you put into yourself, even if it's just a vitamin. If you feel overwhelmed, you are not alone. Every senior I've worked with has gone through this moment, the moment of choosing between a habit and healing. And I can confidently say, it's never too late, not at 60, not at 70, not at 90. Your next chapter can be one of strength, clarity, and energy. All it takes is listening to your body and starting to make conscious choices. So please, let today be the moment when you stop believing that any pill is safe just because it's over the counter. Start asking better questions. Start protecting the organ that has never stopped working for you, not even for a minute. Your heart. It's been with you your whole life. It's time to be there for it. All of these lessons are designed to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd like to hear from you. Take a moment, reflect, and share what lesson you've learned and what you plan to apply in your life. Let's support each other on this journey so we can live this truth together. If you liked this video, please leave a 1 in the comments. If not, a 0. Your feedback is very important to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss other important content. Thank you for watching and for choosing to live life authentically on your own terms.